Well, it has finally happened. It's the 2nd of March. Winter has finally arrived in the Rogue Valley. Go for a little drive here and see what kind of images we can come across. Love driving in the snow. Some handheld shooting here out of the window. So there isn't really a good place to stop on the road up here, but here's a view coming up with some wind machines. I think I can get from right here in the driver's seat. All right, let's go take a look. There's a nice shot right there. Definitely feels like cheating sitting right here in the driver's seat with the heater on. I'll take it. The sun is just about to come up, and once this gets sunlight on it, I think it's going to melt off pretty quick. We're at about 1,500 feet here, so we don't get snow all that often. When we do, generally doesn't stick around long. So I'm just trying to take advantage of the time here and cover as many spots as I can before all this melts off. Really beautiful morning. Have little bits of low fog here and there. Pretty clear skies at the moment. Just really spectacular. It's a real treat to get this because it doesn't happen all that often here in Southern Oregon. I'm gonna jump out real quick and snag this shot. Well, we're getting closer and closer to the sun rising, so I'm just going to cruise around, try to cover some ground, and when I find the next awesome thing, I'll be sure to show you guys. Coming up on one of my favorite overlooks here. This is right off Interstate 5, but it's a really cool view of the town of Ashland. Just come out over here. See, we get this really nice overlook of the town. I snapped a quick shot there, but let's keep cruising around. It's just so much fun driving in this stuff. Looking for scenes that you would never photograph normally without the snow, but for some reason with the snow it adds so much interest to the mundane. It's fun just to cruise around and see what there is to find. Definitely feel like a lazy photographer, just sitting here with the heater on. But hey, whatever. I'm covering a lot of ground, seeing some decent images. I've only had to get out a handful of times. This is a nice scene. Looks like we might have some more weather coming back in. The sun came up, got a little bit of sunlight. There's a shot there. I'm going to back up for that one. We got a little bit of sunlight, but now the clouds are moving back in. We have this really dark, too far. We have this really dark cloud coming in from the west. So I was about to wrap up this video, but I'm thinking I'll just wait to see what happens, because if any weather comes in, I might go back out a little later today. Maybe get some more images. Really beautiful day. Starting to snow again. That dark cloud mass has kind of moved in. I just got some shots, some kind of abstract shots of a weeping willow. The green leaves are just starting to bud out. They're covered in snow. It made for some really interesting shots, I think. I'm gonna try to get a shot of these crows real quick. I'm in a neighborhood now, just kind of cruising around. There's a lot of trees blossoming right now. Just prior to this, we had temperatures in the 60s. So we have a lot of little blossoms coming out. Now that they're all covered in snow, I thought maybe it'd make for an interesting image, but so far that hasn't really been the case. Everything just looks so nice in the snow. As you guys can see, the snow has really started to come back in now. I'll top off the Jeep real quick. With the snowfall picking up again, I think I'm going to go back home for now. It's kind of putting a damper on the light and the scenes as far as vistas go, because I can't see that far now. But I'm really hopeful that this is going to result in a little more accumulation. Let's see what time it is. It's about 8:23 in the morning right now. I should probably get back in my lane. And hopefully it just continues to come down and stick. a couple hours now. I think it's around 1 p.m. and I came back out. I'm in Ashland now, just above Lithia Park. There's a pretty little creek over here. I have the dogs with me this time. I left them in the Jeep for now. They're a handful to manage while trying to take pictures, especially while trying to take pictures and film. So I just ran them a couple laps here in this little trail section. So they're gonna wait for me in the Jeep for a few minutes, and I'll wander over here and see if we can take some images of this creek before all the snow melts. Probably about as long as I can go. Can't leave the dogs in the car. They're gonna be throwing a fit. They don't like being left behind. I can't blame them, but I also can't take any pictures when they're rampaging around, so that's why I've walked them first, and then they get to wait in the Jeep for a couple minutes. All right, let's go take a look and see if maybe Mount Ashland is popping out of the clouds. It'd be really cool to get the fresh snow on the mountains with the ski park and the Mount Ashland summit sticking out. Hopefully that's happening. What do you think? Are you bored? Did you have fun running around in the snow? Can you hear me better? All right, well, we just pulled into that spot that overlooks the town, and Mount A isn't quite sticking out of the clouds just yet, but I think I'm gonna set up a time lapse and just hang out here for about a half hour or so, and maybe the clouds will part enough for it to show itself. So I'm gonna get that set up. Right, so that time lapse just started. It's going to shoot 1,000 images over about 33 minutes. That's one image every 2 seconds. Alright, so just finished that time lapse, shot about 1,000 frames. Turn that into a 30-second time lapse and just pick which section I like the best. The Mount Ashland did end up clearing pretty well, so that was kind of neat. But I'm thinking before all the snow melts, I'm going to drive around just in the suburbs here of Ashland and look for more blossoms with snow before all that snow melts off. So that kind of makes for a neat image. So let's get out of here and see if we can find that. Bikies, don't let anybody steal it. Well, not much snow left on those blossoms. It's amazing how fast it melts off. I'm going to keep cruising around, maybe find another tree that the sun hasn't affected quite as much. Find a little more snow still left on the blossoms. Busy down here at the park. I'm at the plaza. It's 3 p.m. on a Saturday. So this morning, around sunrise on Saturday, there was nobody out at all, especially with the snowy roads. But now that the roads are okay, and it's 3 p.m., everybody's out in downtown Ashland at the park doing family stuff, so that's cool. There's some blossoms right here. Have a parking spot. Alright, I'm going to jump out and take a few pictures. Well, I took a few shots of those blossoms. Not sure if that's quite what I was looking for, but maybe something will process out of those images. Alright, well, I got something to do here in about a half hour, so I think that's going to wrap up today's snow excursion here in Southern Oregon. Appreciate you guys coming along, and I hope you enjoyed the images.